Freaky people, if you love to be scared out of your mind, the 1970s was one monster decade. Grab some popcorn and turn off the lights because it's about to get spooky in here. Today, on the very, very best of the 70s, we're ranking horror movies.
Number 10, The Amityville Horror.
For the Bible tells me so.
Paranormal phenomena? Check. Haunted house? Check. Sounds like a recipe for an epic horror movie to me.
Amityville was supposedly based off a true story of this family that was actually killed. The house was haunted.
And I think having that true story element to it even made it a little more horrific for people to watch.
It's that great combination of, gee, this could really happen, and nah, that's what happened, right?
Whether you believe in ghosts or not, Amityville Horror was wildly successful when it came out in 1979.
Amityville Horror was the highest grossing indie film until the 90s.
Don't ever do that. Not to a man with an axe in his hand.
James Brolin, who is very smart, got 10% of the profits of Amityville Horror. That was in his contract, his deal. And the movie went on to make hundreds of millions of dollars.
Dang! I wish I had his agent.
The house became the monster. How do you fight against the soul of a house? It's something you're never going to win over, and that makes it more frightening than anything.
Haunted houses, but done in a very scary way. It's not real, but not that far away from what people think could happen.
You know, it's a house, it's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. You just got to get Satan out first.
I'm coming apart! Oh, Mother of God, I'm coming apart!
It really pushed a lot of buttons. It's a very, very well done horror film in the 70s.
That house basically spawned horror houses for a generation.
Number 9, Tales from the Crypt.
Five strangers who get lost in the crypt. They meet the crypt keeper, and he shares with them how they're going to die through his visions.
Released in 1972 and directed by Freddie Francis, Tales from the Crypt was an anthology based on the EC horror comic books of the 1950s.
Let's go back. There's no way out there. Where did you come from? All in good time.
Could you imagine being a crypt keeper? What a terrible job that would be.
And that crypt keeper was played by Sir Ralph Richardson, who was actually the first actor knighted of his generation.
And what are your plans when you leave here?
Now that's some medieval horror, man.
Plans?
Tales of the Crypt is about different stories, and one of them is about a woman who kills her husband for the insurance money. But when a serial killer actually knocks on her door dressed as Santa Claus, she can't actually open the door or call the cops because there's a dead body in her house.
To me, horror is a lot more attractive than gore. The scare is not the gore. The scare is the nightmare.
It's crazy what a movie can do to you. They can absolutely scar you, and many of the ones I've done, I'm sure I have.
Yeah, Dee, your movie Cujo made me a cat person for life, and I'm allergic. Back to the Crypt. The movie would go on to tell 4 more stories, each with their own dark ending, and it would have a finale worth sticking around for.
That movie did a great job scaring the hell out of people in the 70s.
You see, I wasn't warning you, but telling you why you are here for all eternity.
And it also made Christmas kind of freaky.
Makes sense. You can't spell horror without ho, ho, ho. See what I did there?
Number 8, The Omen.
The perfect marriage of Ambassador Robert Thorne and his wife Catherine was fulfilled by the birth of their son, Damien.
2 years before Superman, Richard Donner showed his skills with the super creepy.
Oh my God, that movie scared everybody.
I think The Omen really created for us another bridge into what the horror film had truly become.
They adopted this child. This stuff that he could make people do was, people were jumping out of windows because Damien had this psychological effect on you.
When you use a child to portray the devil, it's even more frightening.
They hit it out of the park when they cast the actor who played Damien.
When auditioning, young actor Harvey Stevens actually attacked Donner when he was asked to come at him, scratching and even kicking him in the groin. Huh, the director loved it.
He actually had lighter hair, but they dyed it darker to give off this more devil-esque vibe, which worked.
In the 70s, they just had very basic tools, but they made great stories and great performances and were able to connect with fear.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
There was constant tension, constant suspense. There was no let up. It was just...
Damien had quite an effect on everyone, making The Omen one of the highest-grossing films of 1976, and your number 8 horror film. Still to come on the very, very best of the 70s.
It's part of human nature to be scary and be scared.
Welcome back to the very, very best of the 70s. So far, we've survived nasty curses, dark forces, and one very bad boy. Get ready to be creeped out as we continue to count down the best horror movies of the 70s.
Number 7. Dawn of the Dead.
The people it kills get up and kill. This situation must be controlled before it's too late. They are multiplying too rapidly.
Dawn of the Dead. It was very scary because no one had ever seen something like that before.
Look what Dawn of the Dead has created. Zombieland for the last 40 years.
Dawn of the Dead, it was filmed like in an action mall, right? So they had to clean everything up before the real customers came in.
They can only shoot that film night to morning. Trust me, the crew became zombies.
I leave them all with shoes, but director George A. Romero left them all with a movie idea. See, it was after a trip to a Pittsburgh mall that had him race home to write the script in record time.
The script for this movie, it was written in 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Night of the Living Dead was in black and white. Dawn of the Dead was actually in color, and it was like Dorothy had stepped into the Wizard of Oz, and it became alive and electric and colorful.
So rumor has it the makeup was just so intense that it was actually making the cast nauseous.
Rising from the dead, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's just scary. It's part of human nature to be scary and be scared. And he did it brilliantly.
What are they doing? Why do they come here?
So scary. And your number 7 pick for best horror movies of the 70s.
Number 6. Jaws.
It was 1975. And whether you call it a horror movie or a thriller, we can all agree Spielberg's summer blockbuster was terrifying.
Jaws is so terrifying as a horror film because the actual monster does exist.
I was a fearful child anyway, but just in the previews of Jaws, in the poster, I was so terrified.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
And a lot of people don't know this, but no film had shot for over 100 days, and Jaws went for 159 days, I think it was.
The film took so long to make and ran into so many problems, the crew started calling it flaws. Ouch.
That mechanical shark they were using, it would malfunction all the time. So that's why Spielberg had to revert to using your imagination, the music, not really showing scenes of the shark. And I think that the shark malfunctioning was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to them.
I mean, the shark doesn't come into the movie until like an hour and 20 minutes or something into the movie, but from almost like from the get-go, you're terrified.
There is something so compelling even today to watch any scenes between Roy Scheider and Richard Dreyfuss. They're just so intense.
2 people killed inside of a week, and it's going to happen again. It happened before. The Jersey Beach, 1916, there were 5 people chewed up in the surf. In 1 week. Tell them about the swimmers.
They just raised the stakes every time they were on screen together.
After taking so long to make 159 Days, it was the highest grossing film until Star Wars. Check the facts.
The fact is, Jaws is freaking scary, and that's why it made our list of horror movies from the 70s.
Number 5. Carrie.
Carrie? Oh my God, did you see Carrie?
Of course, who didn't see Carrie?
If you lived through the 70s, then you know about Carrie.
Stephen King has had over 100 books adapted for movies and TV, but this was his very first. And not just King's first, it was John Travolta's big screen debut.
This was a breakout role for a very, very young Sissy Spacek.
I don't even go to cemeteries anymore. The arm just might, when they buried my mama, I didn't get too close, because I know my mama would grab my ass.
Make sure when you bully somebody, they don't have telekinesis powers, because if they do, good luck.
I think every girl in high school that has been bullied wishes she had some kind of power.
Apparently, Stephen King wasn't quite famous enough back then because during the trailer, if you look closely, they spelled his name wrong.
It's a PH, people, not a V. You are lucky Mr. King doesn't have Carrie's powers. Or does he?
You have a date with Carrie.
Number 4. Alien.
Move, get out of there. After the success of Star Wars, space-based sci-fi was hot. But Ridley Scott's 1979 masterpiece turned sci-fi into pure horror.
Alien was one of the scariest movies of all times.
Here was a strong woman trying to keep her ship and all the people on it alive and dealing with this unknown monster that had creeped aboard their ship.
Alien clearly had the best tagline, I think, of the 70s because in space, nobody can hear you scream.
What's the matter? The food ain't that bad, baby.
Ridley wanted real reactions, so he didn't tell the cast just how many blood bags he rigged John Hurt with.
I did not know what was coming. His chest started thumping. I felt like maybe I'd never want to travel in outer space. It was pretty terrifying.
I got up from my seat in the theater and ran up the aisle to the lobby, and I had to catch my breath and going, I was just so freaked out by that.
That movie had so many twists and turns and created so much tension. I white-knuckled the whole way through that film. So android blood, get this, it was milk, pasta, marbles, and caviar.
I thought it was a great casting job to put Sigourney Weaver in that role, a role that we've usually seen as male leads, and he was a very strong woman who was very, very capable.
She was so believable. I mean, the stakes in that movie were raised so much because that was Sigourney Weaver doing it.
This is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo.
Damn right! And Alien is your number 4 greatest horror movie of the 1970s. Still to come on the very, very best of the 70s.
I'm scared right now.
Welcome back to the very, very best of the 70s. So far, we've seen 7 films that brought you face to face with fear. Be brave as we continue to count down the best horror movies of the 70s.
Number 3. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
A freshman director plus a bunch of unknown actors, plus a power tool equals horror cult classic. Oh!
We saw a lot of blood in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can't even say it. You know what I'm trying to say. Massacre. I'm scared right now.
The last thing you want to do is see somebody like Leatherface coming at you with a chainsaw.
I think what's fascinating about this particular film and the rating that it got is that the director actually believed and fought for a PG rating for this film. Have you seen it? His belief was, well, if I just don't show it and I indicate it, it should get a PG rating, right?
Hello? This is R rating.
What the camera probably didn't really capture was the hell of the making of this movie, because it was shot in Texas. It was shot during the warmer times. Temperatures were reaching as high as 115 degrees.
Not to mention there was only one toilet for more than 3 dozen people. Yikes!
What made Texas Chainsaw Massacre such a gripping film is just the mere thought of that, being chainsawed to death. I mean, that's just, what a way to go. It's a horrible, horrible, awesome idea.
It's safe to say Texas Chainsaw Massacre killed with audiences, and still does, making it number 3 on this list. Still to come on the very, very best of the 70s.
This is the scariest movie of all time.
Welcome back to the very, very best of the 70s. So far, it's been a real fright fest. Settle in as we look at your top picks for 70s horror movies.
Number 2, The Exorcist.
You tell me you know for a fact that an exorcism wouldn't do any good. You tell me that!
Director William Friedkin's 1973 Tale of Possession became the first ever horror movie nominated for Best Picture.
For me, the scariest movie in the 70s was The Exorcist.
I went to the movies to see The Exorcist. I didn't know anything about it, other than I'd heard it was a good movie. I came out and I've never been the same since.
If the audience had chills down their spines, imagine how the cast felt.
Linda Blair has become a friend of mine in recent years, and she talks about it being scary to film.
When her head started twisting around, I was like, no.
With the Father and the Holy Spirit.
I dated Linda Blair, and I was always afraid her head was going to spin around the whole time. Think about that one.
So apparently, The Exorcist was actually written about a real-life story about a boy who had an exorcism, and it caught William Blakely's attention, and so he wrote a whole story about it.
And the voice, that was scary right there. Your mother sucks in hell. Oh, shit. That came out of me pretty good, huh?
Your mother sucks cocks in hell, Karis, you faithless swine.
That voice was done by Mercedes Cambridge, and it was a really raspy voice. She said the key to it, smoking a ton of cigarettes, drinking whiskey, and eating raw eggs. That's disgusting.
That movie it's crazy. I don't want to see it again because I will be scared again, but that was and is the greatest movie.
Make that second greatest, because we have one more 70s horror film on your list.
Number 1, Halloween.
In 1978, pure evil got a new name, Michael Myers.
Well, Halloween was... What word do you find for the beginning? Halloween was the beginning.
It was brilliant setting it at Halloween because everybody has an image in their head. It's a scary time. You're setting them up for it. It's perfect, beautiful.
Director John Carpenter invented the device of seeing through the eyes of the killer.
No one would admit it, but they always looked away. Like when Halloween came out, there was always that if I just look away and I just cover my face.
This might be your next door neighbor. This could really, happen.
Jamie Lee Curtis, brilliant actress. Halloween was very low budget. John Carpenter didn't have a lot of money, but you didn't need a lot of money because it was real. Not a bunch of special effects, and I think that made it scarier.
Michael Myers was frightening. Michael Myers has become a household name.
I'm freaking out from all these chill-inducing horror movies of the 70s. Oh! Until next time, stay spooky!